Hola y bienvenido al Millwall Diario en las noticias de Millwall de hoy. Why am I speaking like that? Well, if you didn't know, Millwall going to Spain and Millwall fans can go to Spain as well. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, Neil Harris alluded to the fact that we were having friendlies in Spain that fans will be able to attend, and we now have details announced here. So, this is from millfc.co.uk. Watch Millwall's 2 pre-season friendlies in Spain. Millwall Football Club will play 2 pre-season friendlies during their training camp in Spain this July. Neil Harris will take his side abroad in the weeks leading up to the 24-25 Sky Bet Championship season with Nottingham Forest and Real Murcia providing the opposition at the Pinatar Arena. The Lions take on Forest on Tuesday the 23rd of July, kick-off 7 p.m. local time, and the Spanish Segunda side on Friday the 26th of July, kick-off 11 a.m. local time. Oi, that's going to be a scorcher. Lions fans will be able to watch the action at the Pinatar Arena with tickets on sale now, priced at €5 for under 10s and €15 for 10 and above. Official tickets for the match are only available via the above link. They are not to be sold at the Dens ticket office. Supporters are advised that a passport or driving license number is accepted when completing the identification process during purchasing. If you click on that link, I'll show you that in a minute. If you go through the buying process, there's a thing that says ID. I assume that's because in Spain they have ID cards or whatever. They use that number to buy stuff. I don't know. We don't have that in this country. But I guess you just put in your passport. Does your passport number? Your passport does have a number. Does a driving license have a number? I don't know about that. So yeah, let's have a look at this. So Pinatar Arena. This is that link that you click on. These are all the games that they're showing here that are going to be there. Stockport are out there, Derby are out there, Lincoln City, Preston North End, but Nottingham Forest, Sunderland are going to be out there, and then there's Nottingham Forest. Now, obviously, here's the game: Nottingham Forest versus Millwall, 7 p.m. in the evening, and a few days later, Millwall versus Murcia. And I imagine the reason why that's 11 p.m. kickoff is that Millwall will probably be flying out on that date and coming back, so they want it to be an early kickoff so they can bounce after the game and come back to England. So there you go. So this website is pinatararena.compralaentrada.com. But if you just go Pinatar Arena, you'll find it. Obviously, this is in English. But if you go to the main website, that is in Spanish. I've translated it into English to tell you what facilities are there. Because the tickets are on sale, but how many tickets are there? Well, the sports facilities at the main pitch of Pinatar Arena has FIFA measurements of 105 yards by 68 yards, artificial lighting capacity in the stands for 3,000 spectators. So there's only 3,000 seats available. Platforms for recording, press area, mix zone and restricted and private access for players. A Pinatar Arena as areas for physical or goalkeeper training and all the necessary materials for the sessions, mobile goals, etc. So there you go. You can see there. That's what it looks like. Lovely jubbly, doesn't it look nice? Nice and sunny, just what we need. And interestingly, the last picture that they have is a bloke with a camera taking pictures of everyone. Now, it would be good, obviously. I don't know if the club are going to do this. The facilities may be available to stream the game live. They did do it once in the Braga game many years ago. It would be good if we could get it. It doesn't have to be super duper, just one camera fixed. No one but then that's only that generally only would be of interest if we signed a new player and people wanted to see the new players play. If it was just the same old squad, I don't think anyone would be particularly interested in watching them play in the sun. But you can go out there if you are in that area. This is Murcia. Now, do you know where Murcia is? It's on the southeast coast of Spain. The town is called Murcia, but the county, the territory, is also called Murcia. It's about 40 miles south west down the road on the coast from Alicante, and probably another 20 miles away from Benidorm. So if you're in Benidorm or Alicante during that week, you could probably drive down and catch the game. The pitch itself is just over the border. That checkered line is the boundary line between the county of Murcia and the county of Valencia, and it's just over the border. There's a load of beaches there. There's a few towns nearby. Very built up area along the whole entire coast, except for this park area that they've got here, which looks pretty good. You can see it's like a big lagoon type area. Pretty good. Doesn't it look good? The airport, if you're going to fly to Murcia, if you're interested, if you want to go, there are flights to that airport that you can see there in the middle, Murcia Airport. MJV is the airport code, and you can get flights from Ryanair and EasyJet that go to that airport, which is just down the road, literally from the football ground, which is there. That's where that's going to be. So lovely, jubbly, yeah. And it's very interesting having a look on this map and seeing all the businesses and stuff. And there's like certain businesses, and then you see the random English name, Harry's Bar, Charlie's Bar, etc., etc. So there you go. Flights at the moment, I did have a look earlier. Ryanair flight is about 160 quid there and 160 quid back, so it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. And if that's a bit too much for you, I've got some good news. You can get your passport out, not your passport, your bus pass, your free bus pass if you're over 60, and go down the road to Dulwich Hamlet and watch the Millwall under-21s, because the millwallfc.co.uk announced today that there's going to be a pre-season friendly, the last of the season, probably on the same day as the first team, actually, because it's the week before the season starts. So Millwall under-21s will travel to Dulwich Hamlet for a pre-season friendly on Saturday the 3rd of August with kick-off at 3 p.m. Kevin Nugent's side have already confirmed fixtures against Wealdstone and Cray Wanderers in the build-up to the 2024 Professional Development League campaign, with a third now set in stone against the Champion Hill outfit. Ticket details for the fixture will be confirmed in due course. So there you go. Free under-21 friendlies within the M25, out west in Wealdstone, in Eltham, Cray Wanderers at Flamingo Park, and Champion Hill for Dulwich Hamlet. So there you go. If you want to stay closer to home and not fly off to Spain, there you go. Now, moving on to this. The draw for the Carabao Cup first round. Portsmouth away, which is not an easy game, but it does give fans another opportunity to go to Portsmouth away, which is a game that many fans wanted to go to. But again, it's a midweek. It's not on a weekend, but there's 2 chances to go to Portsmouth away this season if you wanted to do that game. So Millwall will travel to Portsmouth in the Carabao Cup first round. The Lions and Pompey will draw together in Thursday morning's draw and will meet for a place in round 2 under the lights. The 2 sides' last duel was in the Carabao Cup as goals from Scott Malone and George Saville secured a 2-1 win at the Den in August 2021. Portsmouth and Millwall will play each other in the week commencing Monday the 12th of August. Further details including a confirmed date, kick-off time and ticket selling arrangements will be confirmed in due course. So there you go. Now, so we've got the pre-season sorted, we've got fixtures, we've got news that Millwall fans can go abroad and watch Millwall if they do wish to do so and spend the money to do that. All we need now is some signings, no? Well, look what we got this morning. We got this from footballinsider247.com. Exclusive. Millwall submit offer for Macaulay Langstaff. Sources. Mill have submitted a bid for Notts County striker Macaulay Langstaff, sources have told Football Insider. Manager Neil Harris is open about his eagerness to strengthen his squad and sees Langstaff as capable of making the step up from League Two. Notts County are believed to be keen for their talisman at Meadow Lane, but keen to keep their talisman at Meadow Lane, but they are now under huge pressure to do so. The 27-year-old has long been admired due to his prolific scoring prowess, with Football Insider reporting in late 2022 that several Championship clubs were eyeing a move for the centre forward, including Cardiff City, Swansea City and Preston North End. Mill have yet to make a signing this summer, but have this week sold defender Alex Mitchell to neighbours for Charlton Athletic. And then what do they say? Langstaff enjoyed an impressive campaign himself, topping the League Two scoring charts with 28 goals. That's following on from an eye-watering 42-goal haul in the National League in 22-23 at the Den. There are currently just Kevin Nisbet and Tom Bradshaw among the Millwall squad who can be considered out-and-out strikers. Notts County resolve will be tested, but the club remain in possession of a strong hand after Langstaff signed a contract last season until 2027. The striker last month said it would take something incredible for him to leave the club, but that will not prevent Championship offers arriving on the table. So there you go. We got that, and obviously this website, Football Insider, obviously they're trying to get attention. They're not as worse as the other one, Football League World. That they're really bad. Some of the things they do come out with have proved to be true. So when we get this from London News Online, the South London Press, and they publish this, and we see here, so it says here, the South London Press has also had confirmation that a bid has been made. So there you go. It's not fake news, as President Trump would say. It's not fake news. It really did happen. We really did make a bid to sign Macaulay Langstaff. Now, is it the kind of bid that we usually make, which is 50 pence, and it immediately gets battered away, and then we keep, what was it, that lad, was it Louis Sibley? We went in for him like 3 times with bids, and we literally just upped it by about 50k each time, and they just told us to get lost. We'll see how it goes. Is this just grist to the mill? Is this, the fans are clamouring, they're like, where are all the signings? We need 6 or 7 players, you haven't signed anyone. Pre-season training's already started, where are the new players? We are extremely decimated and emaciated in terms of first team players. You've just cut a load of youth, so who's going to play? Well, here we go. So let's have a read of this. Millwall are interested in a summer deal for Notts County striker Macaulay Langstaff. Football Insider website reported earlier today that the Lions have made an official move for the 27-year-old forward. The South London Press has also had confirmation that a bid has been made. Millwall head coach Neil Harris had already talked about his front line being a priority area to strengthen, with Michael Obafemi returning to parent club Burnley at the end of the Championship campaign. The Lions will not be making any attempt to sign the Republic of Ireland international, with Harris confirming that was a factor, along with discipline, was the reason Obafemi did not feature in his squad for their victory at Swansea on the final day. Mill's only senior strikers are Tom Bradshaw and Kevin Nisbet. Langstaff scored 28 goals for Notts County last season to win the League Two Golden Boot. It is the third successive season that a player, a penalty box poacher, has finished top goal scorer. In May 2023, he was named the National League's Player of the Season after scoring 42 league goals, all of them from open play. So I'm guessing, no, so he's not penalty, he doesn't take the penalty kicks. Or did they not get any? I would imagine if you're the main striker and you're scoring a load of goals and you get a penalty kick, you would want to take the penalty kicks. County moved for Langstaff after he struck 32 times and collected 14 assists, as Gates said, won the National League North. He signed a new deal until 2027 in August and accepted the role of club captain on June the 10th. So he's just been made club captain. Langstaff told BBC East Midlands Today at the start of May it would take something incredible to leave the Magpies. He added, "I came here with the intention of getting the club back to the Football League, but once we got promoted, my intention was to get the club to League One. And I have 3 years left in. It will take something incredible to leave. I want to play at the highest level possible, and that is my ultimate aim, but I'd love to do that at Notts County. If you said I'd score 20 goals in my first year in the EFL, I'd have snapped your hand off for that. The disappointing thing for me is that I had 20 by January and I wanted to push on, and that's just the standards I've set myself. I almost feel like scoring 29 goals in all competitions is a little disappointing because I got 42 last year and I wanted to be reaching those heights again, but it's always going to be difficult to reach." That, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call motivation. That is a footballer who wants to play football. He doesn't want money, which is good because we don't have a lot of money. But we can offer him a chance of playing the Championship. Now here's the rub, and we'll get onto that in a minute as we look at his Wikipedia pages from wikipedia.org. Macaulay Kevin Langstaff, MKL Ultra. Is an English professional footballer who plays as a forward. No shit. Now, he's from Stockton-on-Tees in County Durham. He has had a very interesting career. He's worked his way up. He was a Middlesbrough youth, got let go, spent 4 years at Borough Rangers, spent a year as he joined Stockton Town, was there for a season, then Billingham Symphonia, and then Gateshead. I don't know where he was playing for Gateshead, maybe on the wing. As we've seen with Amaku, these young forwards, they generally start off at the wing, learn their trade, and then they get a chance to play up front, and then they swim or sink. So you can see there, but we'll go down here because it's a bit more clearer. So he goes to Gateshead National League, which is close to where he's from in Stockton-on-Tees in County Durham. Starts 5 games in the league and doesn't score any goals, and goes out on loan to Blythe Spartan and the league below. 17 games, no goals. Again, we don't know where he's playing. We could probably find out, but we don't know where he's playing. So then he goes to York City in the National League North. And here we go. He's get going. 31 games in the league. 35 in total. 10 goals. Oh, he's scoring a few goals now. You would think, he kicks on. No. The season after, same level, same team. 25 appearances in total. Only 1 goal. Dropped down. Again, we don't know where he's playing. So then, this loan with Bradford Park Town is 18-19. So it's, if you go back up, it's included in the season above with York City. So while he's at York City, in the 2 seasons that he's at York City, he's had 2 different loans out and still played a load of games for them because there's so many games in the non-league. So he's 5 games away for Bradford Park Avenue and scoring 1 goal. And then the season after, he's had a loan at Blythe Spartans, 3 starts, 0 goals. Moves on to Gateshead. 14 starts in the league, 16 overall, 4 goals. National League North. This is all at National League North level, which is a step below the National League. Which, to be honest, you may be more familiar with the National League South. I don't think the National League North is as strong as the National League South. In my opinion, that may have changed. I don't think there's the strength and depth in the National League North, to be honest with you, because the clubs are generally have less crowds, they're less well attended, they don't have as much money. So I think that's the only thing they have is home advantage to players who want to stay in the area and don't want to come down south. So he has a banger of a season in 21-22. He is on the 3-year run of just killing it. National League North for Gateshead 21-22. So this is after COVID. So maybe something during COVID. It's rattled his brain. He's thought, well, like a lot of us during that time after we come out of it, life's too short. You gotta get going. Let's fucking start doing some things. So 21-22, National League North for Gateshead, again close to where he's from. He hasn't really gone that far. He's gone from Durham to Yorkshire and to Nottinghamshire. He hasn't really gone that far. But he's got 44 games in total for Gateshead, scoring 32 goals in that season. Moves on to the National League. 48 games in total, 42 goals in the National League, as Notts County absolutely romp the league, romp it. I think this is the same season when Wrexham got promoted, and kind of took the limelight off them because they didn't win the league, I don't know how, I forgot. And then 23-24 League 2 with Notts County, he got them promoted. So you'd think, okay, this is a test. 49 games in total, 29 goals. So he's proven himself. He's been absolutely outstanding in National League. Goes up a league in League 2, still bloody good, still incredible. 28 goals, 29 goals in 49 games. So there you go. Now, one worrying thing in terms of, like I said, he hasn't gone that far from home. He's gone from Gateshead to Blyth to York to Bradford to Blyth to Gateshead to Nottingham. That's going to be a big jump in terms of going from League 2 to the Championship, but also going from Nottingham and the north of England to Kent or Surrey, or wherever he's going to move to if he comes down here. Now, I don't know how this is going to work, but I would say to Neil Harris, get your mate Steve Morrison to give the lad a call, because this looks pretty similar to Steve Morrison's arc in his life. Maybe just a bit too old, because he's 27. He's going to be 28 next February. Is Macaulay Langstaff, but this is the arc of Steve Morrison. This is kind of what Steve Morrison did, and maybe get him to give him a call and say, you know what, this is the man who's going to help you out, Neil Harris. He's done what you've done. He's gone from Neil Harris. He's a striker who's gone from non-league to the Championship and done it. And so is Steve Morrison, who Neil Harris managed. So this is a thing now. Steve Morrison, I believe, went from, we were in League 1 at the time, he went from National League to League 1, had a bit of a trouble at the start of the season. I think he went like 12 games without scoring, but when he did start scoring, he was pretty formidable, alongside Lee Gregory as well, another player who came through the youth system, not the youth system, through the non-league system, and broke into the Millwall team in the league football. So, and I do feel that there's a kind of there's an advantage for a football player to have this kind of arc in their life, where they are at a club and they don't make it, they go into non-league and they have to work their way back up. And they have to prove themselves, they have to grow. That generally produces an all-round better person and football player, rather than your typical spoiled brat at a Premier League team who thinks he's the bee's knees, he's going to come on loan, he's going to be absolutely fantastic, and it doesn't really work out like that. And they find out pretty soon that they were living in a gilded cage, and once they start to live in the real world, it doesn't really match with how they with the situation that they built themselves in. So it would be advantageous for us to get this type of player in terms of probably being the finishing journey on his growth, because like I said, he's only 28. With Morrison, he was younger, he came in and then he did go on to go in and play in the Premier League for Norwich City and play for Wales as well. But I think in terms of Macaulay Langstaff's probably maybe 3 seasons too late. But interesting stuff. If we do get him, he is a name that people do know about and probably tried to get in the past, but hasn't really happened. So we'll see how that goes. Now, moving on to this. I showed you this the other day. Yesterday. It's already on sale. Can you believe it? What's going on? What is going on? Millwall unveiled 24-25 training and travel wear. Millwall Football Club's 24-25 training and travel wear is now available online. Supporters can get kitted out for a new campaign in a plethora of clothing, including the outfits worn by the Lions squad at Calmont Road and on match days. And there you go, we've got some lovely pictures that we're going to run through of them. So that's the training wear, that's the travel wear. Blue, is that the blue? Sky blue? Sky blue? Really? Sky blue? The club's training and travel wear will also be available to purchase in the Lions store from 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. That's today. It's already on sale. You don't believe me? Here we go. Not just that, the whole range. They've got, what's that, a hoodie? What's that, a quarter zip? What do they call them? Quarter zips in both of the colours. You got grey and yellow. You got black and yellow. We've got jumpers, sweaters, whatever you call them. Which the kids ones, it says it's almost got now. The prices are a bit eye-watering, but what isn't these days is inflation, isn't it? Tories and all that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's on sale already. Now, here's the thing: if you get one of these, get the shorts, bring them out with you to Murcia in Spain. You can walk into the Pinatar ground, and you can say you work for Millwall. I'm joking. Don't do that. Probably illegal. So here we go. We got your polo shirts are on sale already. You've got that as well, the sleeveless. If you got guns, sun's out, guns out. Let's get on it. Tracksuit pants, training pants. It's all here. It's all here, and even the old stuff is still there. But there you go. The club is seems to be on it this season. So there you go. Fanatics. Who's fanatical about fanatics? Now we're going to finish the video by talking about 2 stories regarding Neil Harris, commenting about various things. So this is from southwarknews.co.uk. Millwall boss reveals his thoughts on returning to a 2-striker system next season. Unlike his first spell in charge, Harris has largely relied on only one forward in the lineup so far. Neil Harris has left the door open to returning to a 2-striker system, as he insisted he will be adaptable with his tactics. The Lions head coach had limited options at the top end of the pitch in the 13 games he oversaw last season due to injuries. During his first spell in his charge at the club, the 46-year-old often opted to play 2 strikers with the likes of Lee Gregory and Steve Morrison that we spoke about a minute ago, regularly finding joy in front of goal. If Millwall bring in more forwards during the transfer window, it could be an option the head coach returns to. At present, Tom Bradshaw and Kevin Nisbet are the only out-and-out strikers at the club. Asked about a possible formation switch heading into next season, this story was published in the morning before we knew about Macaulay Langstaff. Harris told the News at Den, I was asked a lot when I took over what system I would play, and I keep saying I've changed a lot as a manager to be adaptable. I play various systems at different clubs, and I'm happy to do that. I have a preferred way of playing next season, but if I have to change shape at any given time, then we will do both in-game and pre-game. There are different ways of doing 2 strikers. I mean, 4-4-2, 3-5-2, you're 4 with a diamond. I could use 2 strikers possibly at some stage. I mean, if I think the personnel is the best to win the game. Last year, over 13 games, it was very rare that we had 2 strikers fit at any one moment. But what people did see was when I took over, Zion Fleming played slightly higher up the pitch, almost as an out-and-out second striker at times. So lots of thought processes on how we want to play, and I certainly have to be adaptable for home and away games. Indeed, they are 2 different types of games. You do need to have a home system and an away system. That would be advantageous. Now, moving on to this. LondonNewsOnline.co.uk and the South London Press's online website. We felt it was time to reward him. Mill boss Neil Harris on a new improved deal for Ryan Leonard. Mill head coach Neil Harris has talked about Ryan Leonard being rewarded for an excellent 23-24 season by signing an improved contract. The 32-year-old had already triggered an appearance-based clause in his old deal, which extended his stay until the summer of 2025. Millwall fans voted Leonard as their player of the season. He made 37 appearances and excelled at right wing-back. When the Lions re-signed the former Southend Sheffield United player in June 2023, his earnings took a drop due to his injury record in recent campaigns. But Leonard once again underlined his importance and influence with his displays in the season just completed. Ryan was under contract anyway, with an option clause, Harris told the South London Press. We felt it was time to reward him with a contract that shows his value to the football club after Ryan's performances last season, to win Triple Player of the Year awards, to perform as well as he did, and to prove his fitness like he did in the second half of the season. Ryan has adjusted his deal with an opportunity to extend that contract and stay with us longer. And we're absolutely delighted, and Ryan is delighted. He was a huge leader as well, was really big performer when I came back to the building. He's been rewarded accordingly, and is what we wanted to do as a club. We want to reward players when they do well, and that should be for ones coming into the group at 16, 17 and 18, but also for players that are slightly older and more senior statesmen. I played with Ryan when he was at 18 at Southend, and he was strong and athletic even back then, and that hasn't changed. I'm really going to focus him and help him keep developing as a player, as a fullback, but also physically make sure we keep him in excellent shape as much as possible, to make sure he's fit and available as much as possible. Ultimately, he makes us a better team when he's available, and the balance with a senior player is that we want to push him and use him as much as possible, but we also have to get the balance between getting his training and match minutes right as well. So there you go, a bit of a reward. So it does, the way he hasn't mentioned it, but it does seem to say, when he's saying that when a junior comes into the team and they do well, they give them an improved contract, as in they give them a pay rise to make sure they don't start looking elsewhere. So it does seem that maybe because of his injury record, they kind of lowballed him on the new deal and made him take a pay cut. They may have adjusted that and given him his money back, which is good for him. Hopefully the Player of the Year curse doesn't strike and he doesn't end up getting injured and being out for a whole long time next season. So there you go. Keep up the yoga and keep on keeping on. Do well. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.